Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. I want to take a moment in time to share something with you that I think is very important to me. It's kind of early, but I always do this. I'm thinking about those of you who have children that are killed by cops. I mean, unarmed, just for one reason or another, dead. I'm thinking about those of you who find yourselves in situations like that and you blame the cops. And many times the cops are guilty for committing some evil act. Many times they find that they were forced to do it. Nevertheless, it's done. And I think you probably feel the same about it, regardless whether it was considered justified or not. It caused you pain. You didn't like it. There are those of you who got relatives that's involved in gangland activities, dealing in drugs. We say that because everybody wants to focus on stuff like that. You got members of your family that's associated with the mafia. You know the plans, the game is the same. It's abusing people, but they're doing it for the same reason across the board. And it is an activity that we really detest. However, it exists, no less. And these people are, for one reason or another, detestable, excuse me. On the other hand, we think about all of the kinds of things that people engage in that causes and is a reflection of how we have failed, without me going trying to mention all of them. And I think one other is that there are those who are in a position to say or claim that they are to tell you about the fantastic one about God, and they distort that by making it look ugly, by doing the same things that people of the world, so-called world as they call it, do. And that's exploitation of the people who come to them looking for help, and they end up getting money from them to buy planes and brag about how God has blessed them to ride around in the air, and so they are God blessed, and everybody should look at them and come to them because they are God blessed, as they are doing the same thing to them that the regular billionaires of the world are doing to the people. That kind of got me this morning. I started thinking about all those people that suffer, that are victims of these types of outcomes. And I'm reminded to say that, yes, these are ugly things that happen, ladies and gentlemen. And the laws that you have made are set up to try to deter people from engaging in such activities. But those laws have failed. And now you have people who want to go and promote these laws to a deeper degree, perhaps by just killing folks for just doing any little thing that they don't like. And ladies and gentlemen, that's a frightening situation. You know why? That is a frightening situation. Simply because that is a lack of God. What it is, you got people doing stuff that they think is okay or not okay, but people responding to a situation in a system that says God isn't in control and that man is. And what you have is man trying to supplant God with their way, and it's all screwed up. Now, another thing that brought me to this point of getting up this morning saying something to you is Kevin McCarthy. They had him on the news this morning talking about uh, against the Build Back Better portion of the plan, the Democratic plan. And I listened to him. I heard him talking about the price of a truck that Biden went driving, hundred and some $1,000, and all of this was to say who's going to pay for that, who's going to pay for that. And I'm reminded, ladies and gentlemen, what he was actually saying. When I say he, I'm talking about the man himself that said it, but he said it as a representation of men who wants to tell you that they can control the system that you're supposed to operate under better than God. They're saying that heaven costs too much. Because you see, God has made it possible that you can have your needs, whatever they are. You can have your wants, whatever they are. You can have your desires, whatever they are, met. That's what God's plan is. Now, where else can you have that? That means that you're suffering from a lack of nothing. And why is that? Because the God who has set a plan in play that all of the things that you could have possibly imagined that you want can be made possible. And we call that heavenly. And man come along, and this is freely. This is all free. Everybody doing what they love doing. And this is the outcome. Let me say it one more time. Everybody doing what they love doing. If it's creating computers, if it's creating new ways to travel, if it's brighter ways to see things, if it's better phones, if it's bigger, whatever it is, this is God's way of blessing humankind. And man come up with a system, my friends, that says, oh, you need this kind of money to get this. You need this. What has it done? It's putting them in God's place and screwing the people, messing over you. These are demonic ideas that's being, oh my God, impact the lives of people in such a negative way. And am I the only one that's telling you that heaven ain't got no price tag except be a lover? No, I'm not the only one. I'm sure there are others, but they are hidden just like I am. Why? Because you have been taught not to hear this message. You don't hear this in church. And if you came anywhere close to it, it's about after you die. Come on, people. Come on. How in the world can you be brainwashed like this for so long? Yep, changing the system is not just the answer. You got to change it to the right system. And what is the right system? The system that's right is the system that works for everybody else without trying to be God. Because Republicans and Democrats plan, and this government in America has failed America. The government of Africa have failed Africa. The government of Europe totally has failed. But Asia, Russia, let me just be specific. Every government on the face of the earth has failed the human race. And for the most part, the human race has bought into it as being okay. And that's what we are. We are led by demons and we are demonic. We can't even understand the love of God, because the love of God says you got food, you'll never be without. You got clothing, you'll never be without. You got shelter, you'll never be without. You got education, you'll never be without. You got health care, you'll never be without. You got a job of your choosing that you'll never be without. And your dreams, your wants, your needs will be met. You'll have peace and prosperity and freedom and joy in your life, and your dreams being made real. That's what God offers you. Man says it costs too much, and they have come up with a plan to prevent God from being alive in the lives of human beings. But I say, I'm going to give voice to it, whether you, the people, accept it or not, whether you turn me off or not, whether you hate to hear what I'm saying or not. I'm going to tell you, because see, I know God. I had a relationship, a personal relationship with God at one time that relieved all doubt. And I don't care what you guys are talking about, the way you acting, you don't know anything about God, and that's my job to tell you, whether you like it or not. But why am I telling you? Not to make you angry, but to make you think, to make you wonder, why, if you love God, is this stuff continuously happening? Why, if I say I love God, why nobody listening to the things I say? Huh? Answer that. You might have the answer to your problem. Until next time, Eddie Marcus saying goodbye.